Hi, my name is Samantha Miller, and I am doing this week's Chapter 4 video cast. Chapter 4's title was Short-Term Memory, and it was described in the book as memory can be described as the persistence of learning over time. And our memories are intertwined with each other's, which have to do with families and culture. They play a big part in it. And the more specific definition of memory in the book was the process of retrieving, and using information about information that is no longer available. The three R's of retrieval for memory functioning are recall, recognition, and relearning. And sensory memory has a lot to do in memory, and it's the unconscious processes to store information for only a few seconds. Sensory memory fades very quickly, but it has a very large capacity. In this chapter, they talked about the adult memory span, and it was 5 to 9 items. And then they talked about a bunch of people who looked up different studies to do. Like, they figured out that chunking is a type of recoding, and people can chunk things just as it sounds, to where they can remember phone numbers, credit cards, social security numbers. You divide it seems like a large capacity of a number, but then whenever you do the chunking part of it, you can remember each section at a time, which, social security numbers and phone numbers and stuff, that's a good example. So to help with the memory, that is a strategy that you can use, and you can do that with letters, so you can make it seem a lot easier. Just chunk it up. They used examples as math operations, and then like the rainbow. You could do the Roy G. Biv, which I'm an art teacher, so I use that a lot, and that's what I teach my students. So, also, this chapter just did with the short-term memory duration, and how you can, it gave examples of what you can do to help each memory process. I use a few of these because I've had head trauma, so I know that short-term memory, it's there. The duration on short-term, it says the capacity of sensory memory is essentially unlimited, but the duration is very short. It lasts less than a few seconds. And the capacity, they gave examples of the duration, but they still said that it's still quite short and is about 20 to 30 seconds in each of these variations. This chapter discussed operation span task, and it discussed a lot on different methods. And it showed the brain functions, and it showed the parietal lobe, and it had a picture, and it went into studies from different people, and they did the working memory functioning, and it was highly correlated with several of the processes, and it described it's important for day-to-day tasks for the working memory, and it was the overall executive function in our brain. This chapter was very helpful with all of the different memories, the short-term and the episodic buffer, and it went into descriptions of the word length effect, and it gave different variations of what we can do to help with our short-term memory. And that was chapter 4.